Well, the Switch was finally revealed, aka the NX.
That's right, and it's about time.
Yeah, it was October 20th, 2016, and we finally got our first glimpse of the Nintendo Switch, and probably the last of the year.
Unfortunate for them. It's very weird marketing. It's a very weird marketing strategy.
Yeah, I agree. So, with that being said, here's a new podcast about our thoughts on the Switch, games that are coming with it, and mainly Super Mario Switch. So what were your initial impressions of the Switch itself?
For me, it's exactly what I expected it to be. Based on rumors and based on leaks. But I was actually kind of surprised by the sleek-looking design. I was actually expecting kind of a smooth, round design that we were used to from the Wii or the Wii U. But we actually got a really nice, sleek design from Nintendo this time, which I'm actually really happy about.
It hasn't happened since the DS, or since the DSi, actually.
Exactly, and I was actually really surprised at how the dock, when you put the pad in the dock, the power button is green this time, as to a traditional, say, blue or red.
I didn't notice that.
It was green. I caught that. I was like, oh, that's different. That's cool.
Well, the Wii's was green.
That's true, but it's been a while since the Wii, and green in the Nintendo Switch trailer was a little bit darker than the green that you're talking about.
Either way, it's just a color.
Yeah, but it just makes it feel new, to me.
Yeah, I think Nintendo is going in a new direction with this, because when I saw the trailer, it seemed like the marketing strategy was different. There were no kids in the trailer, there were no families. This seems marketed towards gamers and not casual gamers.
The only thing I found hilarious was at the end when they used Splatoon as an e-sport.
That's funny.
I mean, I don't know if they think that's actually going to be a thing, but, wishful thinking, I guess. But, overall, I was actually really impressed by the trailer. I thought it was going to be a bunch of kids going like, oh boy, a new Mario Party! Woohoo!
That won't happen.
Let's hope not. But I was actually surprised. Some of even the third-party companies on there surprised me. Skyrim was a big surprise. Xenoblade we already knew about.
I don't think they showed off Xenoblade.
I think that was Xenoblade.
It wasn't.
What was it?
I'm not sure.
But yeah. Other than that, there was NBA 2K17, I think. I don't know. I'm not too much of a sports fan. But yeah, it looks like Nintendo Switch is gonna have a good lineup of third-party games. The only gripe I have about the console is the name. That's gonna take some getting used to. Like, hey Tyler, what are you gonna get this game for? Oh boy, I'm gonna get it for the Switch. What a dork. That's gonna be getting some. That's gonna have to be, it's gonna be It's gonna be some getting used to, but on the flip side, there might be some good games coming out for it, and it might do well.
I don't think Switch is a good name either. I think Duo, Fusion, or even NX would have been even better.
Yeah, I agree. That was the only really disappointing thing about it. I do like the logo. I think it's really cool. I don't know. The Nintendo Switch, it doesn't really have a good ring to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DS did Wii. Still better name than Wii U.
But you know what? So far, ever since it was revealed, we've been forcing ourselves to call it the Switch so we could get used to it. So.
Yeah, there are so many times that I wanted to say NX.
Yeah, so did I. But I think I've gotten used to saying Switch right about now. So I think by the time it comes out in March, I'll just be saying Switch from now on.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm still gonna have a few moments where I say NX.
Right. It's just been such a long time. It was a year of hype.
Year and a half.
essentially.
Yeah. So, what I didn't really know about the console is it a touchscreen? Does it have any motion controls of some sort? Are there going to be different color options? I mean, it is a handheld, and while the Wii U only came in 2 colors and there was a Zelda Special Edition gamepad, this only looks like it's going to have gray so far, but the 3DS had a ton of colors. With the original lineup, there was Aqua Blue, Cosmo Black, Fire Red. I think there was Midnight Purple, which was the one I had. Pink.
Galaxy.
That's for the new 3DS XL, not the original line.
True.
Even the 2DS had a bunch of colors.
I remember Wii had a couple of colors. I think it was just white, black, and they had the red limited edition one.
They also had a blue one, but that was limited edition too.
Yeah. So if they could have multiple colors for a console, I'm sure the Nintendo Switch is going to have colors for their console as well. I mean, why not? I just think for now, we'll probably get like 2 regular colors. Maybe gray and maybe...
black.
I mean, something like that, yeah. I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Unless it has customization options available with faceplates.
I doubt that, but I would like that.
Everybody's been talking about it. People really want to see that.
Yeah, I would too, but it's more of like a Japan thing.
Yeah, sadly it is. But other than that, what did you think of the Joy-Cons, the controllers that pop off?
They're very interesting because they're similar to a Wii U gamepad when it's connected to the pad, and then you could use it as kind of a Wii remote and nunchuck, as seen when the guy was playing Skyrim in the trailer, and it could also be used as kind of a sideways Wii remote in some cases. The only thing that concerns me is that the the Joy-Cons look kind of small, and I think that might be another situation, another regular 3DS situation where your hands might cramp because of how small it is.
I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be about the size of an NES controller, maybe a little bigger or smaller. I never had a problem with the original 3DS.
I had a problem with it, and that's why I had to switch to the XL, because my hands were like freakishly big. I just hope that's not the case with the Switch. Oh, I almost called it the NX there. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints for this. I mean, the console looks nice, and, you know, a lot of the features look like it'll work. But they were still kind of vague about a lot of things. Like, for example, there's a mini little control pad on the right side of the Joy-Con, and we have no idea what that does, and they didn't even show off what it did.
They'll show more things off in the directive. They have it like, is it touchscreen? What does this little D-pad do? But honestly, I think there's not too many problems with the console, other than, like you said, the Joy-Cons might be a little small, but I think you'll be able to swap them out with stuff, so if there's bigger options, I think you could do that.
That'd be cool, too. I'm not crazy about the Pro controllers that come with it. I did like the Wii U Pro controllers. I don't know why they had to go with that kind of ugly design for the new ones.
That's not a Pro controller.
It's not, then what is it?
The puppy dog controller you're talking about?
Not the puppy dog controller.
Oh! Well, I think it's just a prototype.
Okay, because the puppy dog controller, I don't think I have really anything wrong with that. I think, to me, it might be a little bit awkward at first, but I think I'll warm up to it.
Yeah, I think so too. And what did you think of the games you saw? You saw Skyrim, NBA 2017. There was also the Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 remasters, allegedly, because when I first saw the trailer, I thought it was Mario Kart 9, and I still think it could be, but a lot of people are saying it's Mario Kart 8.5.
Right. There was also a new SpongeBob game where he goes to Mexico, and Plankton's dressed up as Donald Trump. And SpongeBob has to use his bubble abilities to turn himself into a Mexican.
What?
I'm kidding. The game that I'm referring to is the brand new 3D Mario that we got to see. We're dubbing it Super Mario Switch for now because that's the only name we got for it.
Well, before we talk about Super Mario Switch, what are your thoughts on the new Mario Kart and Splatoon?
I think that I think what they showed off with Mario Kart is a port or maybe an updated version of Mario Kart 8 because it looks like it's running on the same engine as 8. The course looks the same. The only thing that looks different is that you can hold 2 items now.
And King Boo is playable.
And King Boo is playable. And the face icons on the when you're racing look different. So I'm guessing it's more of like an update, which is kind of good because I didn't really want Mario Kart 9 this quick because I feel like Mario Kart 8, even though it came out like 2 years ago, is still kind of recent in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do want to see a Mario Kart 9 at some point, and there was really nothing wrong with 8's graphics and gameplay, so if they just used that engine and added new courses while having all the returning ones, I'd be fine with that.
Yes, exactly. Other than that, if we are getting new characters, could that possibly mean more DLC?
Probably.
Like maybe Kirby? Because, Sakurai kind of teased that a long time ago. I still haven't forgotten Sakurai, but still.
Captain Falcon?
Nice. Captain Falcon would be nice as a playable character. He'd be a little big, but, if Link could fit in that cart, so could Captain Falcon.
What about Pac-Man?
Well, there is a Pac-Man amiibo, so we're gonna have to keep our fingers crossed on that. Maybe we'll have some GP levels.
I don't really think you like Splatoon that much, but do you think this is gonna be Splatoon or Splatoon 0.5 or 1.5?
It's definitely not a sequel, as far as I'm concerned. I do believe they're working on a sequel, but from what I saw, it looks essentially the same, just with, like, some new features. So I'm guessing it's like Splatoon 0.5 or something like that, or like a port of Splatoon, which is fine to me. I mean, you don't want to rush out a new sequel.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, ready for Super Mario Switch? Because this was the game that got both of us hyped.
Oh yeah, this was a big surprise.
Well, I knew we would see something Mario-related, but not like this.
We both thought that we were going to see some sort of form of 2D Mario, whether that be another new Super Mario Brothers game, which we were praying that we didn't see.
Which we didn't.
Or, which we didn't, yet. And, or maybe like something entirely new. And we got that, but not in 2D form. We got new 3D Mario. Footage of it, and I don't think it's a tech demo. What do you think?
I don't think it's a tech demo either. This looked too far into production to actually be a tech demo. If they wanted to do a tech demo, I think they just would have shown off an HD version of Super Mario 64, but this looks bigger.
If it was a tech demo, it would have been an HD version of 3D World.
Well, 3D World is HD already.
Well, I suppose that. We did get a new Mario, but it was not a 2D one. What I mean by this is we got a brand new 3D Super Mario game, our first look at it, even though it was 5 seconds. And we both thought that we were going to see the first look at this game E3 2017.
But we didn't. It was actually earlier.
We got it way earlier. We were not expecting anything. I mean, we were expecting some form of Mario, but we weren't expecting the big guns to be shown off that quickly.
Yeah, I know, and I don't think they showed off a whole lot of it because they wanted to focus on the Switch console itself, but we'll definitely see more of it.
You can't deny that caught everyone's eye.
Well, not everyone's, and this gets me to the point where how are some people thinking this is another 3D World? I looked at it.
That's what I'm saying.
I paused at it at least 500 times, and I see nothing really 3D World related other than graphics, and those graphics, man, they don't even look like 3D World that much. They look like
Let me tell you-
Unreal Mario.
Let me tell you guys something. We both analyzed the heck out of this out of the Mario footage. We played the trailer many, many times to decipher what type of gameplay it might be. And as far as we know, it is not structured like 3D World or 3D Land. 3D World and 3D Land were kind of linear in their gameplay.
Very.
From what we saw in the 5 seconds of the game, it looked more reminiscent of, say, Super Mario Sunshine or even Super Mario 64. And there's even subtle hints that this might be a spiritual successor with the triple jump in the beginning of the trailer, which already indicated to me that this is my type of Mario game. And 2, the first shot in the game looks like it's a hub world.
It does.
You pointed out was the heart in the background, the second shot.
Yeah, because it did look like the heart from Super Mario 64. If you don't know what that did, if you've never played Super Mario 64, you ran through it and it would restore all your health. So it looks like the original power system is coming back with the splits and I don't know what to call it. There's a health bar and you use coins to regain your health. And I'm not too happy about that, but
Yeah.
if it's sacrificed for original 3D Mario gameplay instead of 3D World or Land, I'm definitely open to it.
Same here. I think that they honestly looked at what they were doing so far, and I think they wanted to go back to the roots of 3D Mario and probably wanted to redefine it. So while it looks like it's going to have a lot of inspiration from 64 and Sunshine, there might be some things that they change around. The example that I'm going to try and bring up is in the second shot of the trailer, you can see the gold rings from Super Mario 3D World there.
You could, but that's where the people are thinking, oh, it's another 3D Land-like game. Well, looking at the
Right.
screenshots of it, there is ground under those platforms. So it looks like it's going to be an open-world platform game with Mario in it, kind of like 64.
If you look at Mario's animation in the 5 seconds of footage and you compare it to his animation in 3D World or 3D Land, you could easily tell a difference. In Super Mario Switch, you could see that he's a lot more agile and a lot more quicker, like in 64, and then in 3D World, he's a lot more stiff and not motionless, but like kind of limited to what he could do. Again, that's the linear gameplay of 3D World.
It also looks like that there's no dash button this time, so Mario will be able to run just tilting the analog stick again.
That might be the case, but I think I've read online that the people that were playing the games weren't actually playing the games, and that the games were put in post-production.
With this kind of 3D Mario, I don't think there will be a dash button again. There's no reason to. There's not a regular D-pad.
I don't get why they had to put a dash button in a 3D Mario game, to be honest. That's kind of the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Multiplayer?
Well, you know, we'll get to that. So, at the end of the showing the footage off, the woman who's playing Mario brings her Switch to her friends, and then she pops off the Joy-Cons and she starts playing with them. We were speculating that this could mean that there's some sort of multiplayer in the game. As to what it is, we don't know because, you know, we were thinking about it, and there's no way this type of 3D Mario can handle 2 players on a screen because it's just too open and broad.
I think that maybe Nintendo's gonna work with that by either having split screen or making the camera pan out just enough to get the 4 players and maybe have bubbles of some sort. I think they're gonna do that with it. It's not gonna be like 3D Land or World. Excuse me, 3D Land didn't have multiplayer.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that the game looked really promising, and if anything is a successor to Super Mario 64, this certainly looks like it. The open world environments are back. There's a hub world like in Sunshine. I noticed a lot of Galaxy inspirations, but it doesn't look like it's going to be Galaxy 3. I didn't see any Starbits, I didn't see any Lumas, I didn't see any Planetoids. Some people are saying the moon is, but I highly doubt that.
No, it looks like a spiritual successor to 64 and Sunshine. There is no other, besides like artistic styles from 3D World, there is no other game to compare it to besides 64 and Sunshine.
This looks like a brand new adventure.
Yeah, even the new environment. I'm surprised that nobody called the new environment. He's in a Hispanic type world, and we never really saw that in a Mario game before. So this is our theory. We don't think that the whole game's going to take place in that world. So we were thinking, if there's a world based on Hispanic culture, what if there's other worlds based on other cultures? Kind of like how Sonic Unleashed dealt with other continental worlds.
Or even that canceled Mario game, Super Mario's Wacky Worlds.
Something like that, too. And we were thinking, since we saw in the trailer that there was a shop in the first shot that said,
Crazy
Crazy
Caps.
Cap, and we were thinking, like, if this is a spiritual successor to 64, then maybe the caps may return. We were thinking, what if there were caps that related to the areas that you... Hold on. And, for example, a sombrero in that Hispanic level, giving Mario some sort of ability.
That could work, but it could also be for new power-ups or customization. I think they could do some customization with Mario. I don't really think it would be needed, because this is Mario and he's an iconic cartoon character. It's not like a avatar like the Pokemon players, I don't know what to call them. Pokemon trainers, that's it.
Well, we also saw amiibos near the console, which kind of subtly confirmed that amiibos will be compatible with this game, and maybe confirmed what characters may be appearing in this game. So the amiibos shown off were Mario, of course, Luigi, Bowser, Princess Peach,
And Yoshi.
and Yoshi. Now, what this can mean is anyone's guess. What I'm guessing is Luigi's probably an unlockable character, Bowser's probably the villain again, and maybe Yoshi's coming along for the adventure as well. I mean, somebody did point out that they saw a Yoshi berry in the second shot of the footage.
I think that was just a spring.
It could have been, but you never know.
Well, with that...
As for Peach, she'll probably be kidnapped again. Or maybe she'll be a playable character, you never know.
It looks like it's going to be a multiplayer 3D Mario, and I don't think with this kind of brand new game, they just have Toad, Yellow Toad, Luigi. I think they're going to bring back the characters from 3D World, and they're also going to bring back some new ones, or bring in some new ones. Like Wario maybe, Waluigi. Waluigi is really unlikely,
Yeah,
though.
that'd be... Well, it would be cool to have that, but let's keep in mind, this is Nintendo we're talking about. They'll probably stick it with the main 4 people, which is Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, maybe Bowser. As for what Bowser's up to, we have no idea. And that comes to my last theory, which is Super Mario Switch might be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch.
I think it will be, because the credible rumors said that there will be a Mario game launching with the Switch, and I think that's true. I think this looks way into production. It looks almost complete. The earliest we'd get is obviously launch, and the latest I think would be holiday 2017, Christmas 2017.
I think they wouldn't have shown it off if they thought that it was somewhat ready. I think that all the games that they showed off will be available at launch or around launch. To know this for sure, we'll probably have to wait till the end of December or maybe January. but I do believe. I mean, just looking at the gameplay, the game looks almost like 75 to 80% finished.
So, yeah, if it is that, I think it would be out in Christmas 2017, but I think it's going to be a launch title, and I'll tell you why. Because 3 years have passed since the confirmation of development of a new 3D Mario. I think it was January 2014, and they were probably working on this long before 3D World. And let's look at the timeline. So, Super Mario 64 came out in 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. 2002 for Sunshine, but there was going to be Super Mario 64 too. Oddly enough, I found that Sunshine was kind of rushed. Then we had Galaxy a few years later, Galaxy 2, then the 3D games. And I think 3 years of development is plenty of time to make a good 3D Mario. Because they already have the resources needed.
Right. And I'm sure, I mean, whatever direct we end up getting for the Switch, we'll most likely see announcements for games that are going to be at launch. I think, no, actually, I don't think, I think I know. No, I know that we're going to see some more of Super Mario Switch. I mean, if they showed it off that early during the Switch's reveal, I have no doubt that they'll reveal more about it when they're ready to talk more about the Switch.
I was watching the Wii U's reveal again, and it had New Super Mario Bros. U. It was called New Super Mario Bros. Me back then, but they had that, they had Nintendo Land, they had a little Zelda tech demo thing, but yeah, I don't think this is a tech demo.
No, it's way too different to be a tech demo, and if it is a tech demo, that would be a huge disappointment.
It would be, but you never know.
But you know what? I doubt it's. I seriously doubt it's a tech demo. I do believe it's the next entry in the new Mario, in the Mario franchise. As to what the game's going to be called and what new information is going to be revealed about it, we'll have to find out late December, early January, I'd say.
I'd say that too.
And they gotta start marketing. They gotta start marketing the Switch. I'd say for them to drop a direct late December, if anything. I would have done it in November, just so they could have time to market this. I don't think 2 months is enough to market a new console, but judging by how many views they have on YouTube for the Switch, I think things are looking pretty good for Nintendo. Let's hope that their launch titles are good. And if Super Mario Switch is a launch title for the Switch, you know I'm getting that first day.
I am too. I don't care if the Switch's battery explodes, it'll be worth it to play that new 3D Mario. I don't think it will, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Man, I am so excited for this game. My reaction to it was real. I was blown away. I thought we would get another 3D game knowing Nintendo, but I think they're over the Wii U and 3DS stage. DS Wii era is over, and they're going back to the GameCube days, which is a really good thing.
I think they're listening. I think they're finally listening to the fans, because this is exactly the Mario game we were asking for after 3D World. Just new environments, a return to 3D form, and
new environments?
I think that was pretty much... Yeah, we said new environments, but basically what we wanted was a return to 3D form, and this is what I think we're getting. I mean, it looks like we're getting hub worlds, and it looks like we're getting open world adventures, and that might be the return of the Power Stars. You never know.
Well, I don't want it to be a complete ripoff of Super Mario 64, which I don't think it will be, since we have these brand new environments that haven't been seen before. But I'm really excited to see more. Worst comes to worst, people were right, and it's going to be another 3D game, but I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, to clarify, I really did... To clarify, I really did like 3D World. It's one of my favorite Mario games, but I don't want to see it ever again. Maybe 20 years down the road, 10, 15, but I don't want to see it again because I feel like the most has been done with the 3D games. And playing Super Mario 3D World again, I like the 3D formula used in 64 and Galaxy, and even Sunshine better.
No, I'm glad we're getting a 3D Mario for launch instead of the traditional 2D Mario for launch.
Well, it's been almost 20 years since we had a 3D Mario at launch.
Right. So, this isn't really a bad thing. As for the Switch itself, I think they're hiding more things from us on what it can do. Hopefully they reveal more about it. And the only thing I'm concerned about is battery life for the console itself.
I heard it would be mediocre.
If it's a mediocre battery life, yeah, I did too. If it's a mediocre battery life, that's not a good thing. The only thing I could think of that could counteract that is like bringing a portable charger with you, kind of like the DS. But you know, still, that's kind of takes you out of it, you know.
Yeah, but I think it'll be able to withstand a few hours, maybe 4 or 5.
Let's hope so.
But anyways, that about wraps it up for that.
Let's hope it stands.
Yeah. Anyways, that about wraps it up for the Switch podcast.
Yeah.
I'm I Love Nintendo 1999.
And I'm Ty the Guy 2800.
Peace.